Most Christians know how to pray. That is not the problem. The problem is this. They ask God for something in prayer, then live the rest of the day like heaven said nothing. They know how to ask, but they do not know how to receive. Jesus did not only teach you how to pray, He taught you how to receive what you pray for. The first key is confidence. You must stop coming to God like a beggar and start coming to Him like a child. Too many believers pray with fear in their voice and doubt behind their words. They are asking, but they are not resting. Jesus taught you to begin with relationship, our Father. That changes the posture of prayer. A beggar hopes to be noticed. A child knows he is loved. A beggar wonders if the door will open. A child knows he belongs in the house. And many Christians are still praying with the soul of a beggar. They ask God for help, but deep down, they are still unsure He wants to answer. Confidence is not pride. Confidence is trust. It is the settled assurance that your Father hears you, welcomes you, and cares for you. When that settles in your spirit, you stop trying to earn an answer and start receiving by faith. The second key is this. Believe you receive while you are still praying. This is where many people lose power. They want evidence first, then faith. They want the door to open first, then peace. They want the answer to show up first. Then they will trust God heard them. But Jesus taught the exact opposite. You believe before you see. Not after the breakthrough. Not after the money comes. Not after the report changes. Not after the pressure lifts. While you are still praying, you believe. That is faith. Most people say, "When I see it, I will believe it." Faith says, "Because God said it, I receive it before I see it." That is not fantasy. That is trust. Real faith receives inwardly before anything changes outwardly. It thanks God before the result appears. It stands on His word before circumstances agree. It settles the matter in the spirit before the eyes can confirm it. The answer may not be visible yet, but receiving starts the moment faith says yes. The third key is this. Remove what is blocking your heart. Sometimes the issue is not that God has not spoken. Sometimes the issue is that your heart is resisting what He said. One of the greatest enemies of answered prayer is doubt. Not a weak moment, a divided heart. A heart that asks God for one thing but quietly expects the opposite. A heart that says, "Lord, saw and do it," while preparing for disappointment. And many believers live right there. Their mouth is praying. Their inner life is pulling back. They speak faith in prayer, then rehearse fear all day. That weakens expectation. That drains spiritual weight from prayer. But doubt is not the only blockage. Unforgiveness can harden the heart too. And a hard heart cannot receive freely from God. So ask God to search you. Expose every divided place, every hidden offense, every fear you keep protecting, every wound that keeps arguing with His promise. Because answered prayer is not only about saying the right words, it is about having a heart that can receive what God is giving. When doubt leaves, faith gets stronger. When unforgiveness leaves, peace comes back. And when the heart is no longer fighting itself, faith can finally stand. The fourth key is this. Act like God heard you. Real faith does not stop at amen.
Our strength is not
it shows up
found
in your
stones
words,
of these ruins,
in
but
your
in the
attitude,
conviction of our hearts.
in your decisions,
The time to build
in the
is
way
now.
you wait. A lot of people pray with faith for 5 minutes, then undo it with fear for the next 5 hours. They ask God for help, then speak like defeat is certain. They ask for provision, then panic. They ask for direction, then ignore obedience. They ask for change, then keep talking like change is impossible. That is not receiving. That is contradiction. When you believe God heard you, something in your posture changes. You stop speaking like a defeated person. You stop living like heaven is silent. You stop acting like everything depends on your fear. You begin to move with expectation, not because you have seen the answer, but because you trust the one who heard the prayer. This is not pretending. This is agreement. It is thanking God while you wait, obeying God while you trust, standing on His word before your feelings catch up. Faith is not passive. Faith responds. So if you prayed for wisdom, follow His direction. If you prayed for provision, stop panicking and start trusting. If you prayed for change, stop speaking like you already lost. After you pray, do not return to fear. Stand, trust, obey, thank Him. Because answered prayer is not only about what happens in the moment you pray. It is revealed in how you live after you say, Amen. So today, stop praying like heaven is closed. Stop speaking to God like He is distant. Stop asking with your mouth while doubting with your heart. You are not coming to a stranger. You are coming to your Father. Ask in faith. Believe you receive. Remove what blocks your heart. And when you say Amen, rise up and live like God heard you. Your prayers are not disappearing into the air. Your tears are not being ignored. Your waiting is not meaningless. God sees, God hears, God moves, even when you cannot see it yet. So whatever you have been praying for, do not let fear talk you out of faith. Do not call it delay when God is building trust in you. Do not call it silence when heaven already heard you. Hold your ground. Stand on His word. Thank Him before you see it. Trust Him before you feel it. And refuse to go back to the old posture of fear. Because the person who truly receives from God does not just pray differently. They stand differently after they pray. If this message spoke to your spirit, write this in the comments. Father, teach me to receive, and subscribe to the channel. Because when you learn how to pray in faith and receive from God, your whole life starts to change.